All right, ladies and gentlemen, boils and ghouls. Welcome to the socially unacceptable but sober podcast. My name is Dino. I am an alcoholic.
That would be great.
That would be hilarious.
I'm Jonathan. I'm alcoholic.
Mad alcoholic.
Yeah, I did almost just fall.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Just take a dip.
That's what editing's for. Maybe I did fall.
Yeah. And we just picked
No,
it back
because I'd
up.
still be laughing.
Yeah, he'd still be laughing. What's going on? How's everybody doing? I'm
I've seen
whooped.
you all fucking day, so don't ask me.
I know how you're doing. How you doing, John? You look tired today, John.
Yeah, it's been a fucking week.
It's been Hell Week on Tuesday.
Been a week on Tuesday.
On Tuesday, man. Oh, I feel like we didn't get a weekend, man. I feel like half our weekend was.
That was a long ride. John, Matt, and I went up to upstate New York to do a little service work, 8 hours round trip
Yeah.
for yeah.
Carry the
It was a long
message,
drive.
baby.
It was a long
Carry
drive.
the message.
Fordo. We've been
Fordo.
saying Fordo for a long time, but it's actually Fordo.
Fordo.
Yeah, for Delaware County. So any of my homies up in Delaware County.
Up in
yeah,
the Catskills.
Friends of Recovered Delaware. So up in the Catskills. All my family up in the Catskills.
All my fams. All right, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Share. Hit that like button. Merchandise. As I'm saying these things, Jonathan is actually putting them up on the screen. What else? If you need any help, we got guys. Let us know. Comments.
Yeah. Matt.
Boom.
Mateo.
Matt, comments.
Mateo.
Almost like, go ahead, John. Just comments.
Hey,
All right.
girl.
We got our boy Chuck.
No way.
Hey, girl.
With a nice hey girl commenting on his own episode.
But that's straight to Jonathan. Mm-hmm. That's an exclusive Jonathan greeting.
Hey, daddy.
Daddy, what
Then we got the main source 01. I don't know who that is.
Me neither.
Big facts, brother. The best thing I did when I decided to get clean, and as much as it hurt, was delete every single contact that was able or uses to get what I need or cut people close to me off. For us recovery folks, we need all aspects around us to be modified to our environment that we would like to have.
Who's that?
New commenter, man.
The main source.
The main
01.
source. Main source
01.
01. Thank you so much, buddy. Fresh.
Then we
Nice
got
fresh one.
Bill Hees 784. He knows us. I don't know who it is.
Then we know him.
We do, just not by this. It says, seriously, you guys keep me taking the next step. Dino, commenting just for you. Apparently, because of all our pleas for comments, this guy is gracing us with a comment. So thank you,
brother.
Bill.
Thank you so much, Bill. Appreciate that.
Matt's just going to drop the F-bomb for that one time, bro, so I won't say it. Love you guys and what you all are doing. Bill, 5/22/14. Thanks, Bill.
Bill.
Appreciate you, man. And then we got our brother Roy. Roy Bowers, 3422. Yet another great episode. Great hearing your share, Chuck. I was reminded of the egomaniac with the inferiority complex I was and still can be from time to time. And thanks for sharing the tears. I was told tears cleanse the soul.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, Roy. Thank you, brother.
I love tears. I love my tears today.
Fucking Jay. I don't even know what he's talking about. Jay Gentile. Oh, come on. What happened?
Talking about this
I don't know,
video. Kasaki Street. Cat.
Cosset. If you put Cossack, it's Cosset.
Whatever.
What happened on Cosset?
It was one of your one times.
One of my one times when
I'm
the
gonna-
car got
I'm gonna-
found as a frame.
I'm going to X this out because I think I replied to some of them.
Yeah, bro. My car was just a frame. It's the first time I've ever seen a frame of a car.
Yeah, so that's a new one. Chuck, shout out.
Shannon Husted 4011. Chuck! With a salute and a heart.
And a sober date.
5/2/21. Thank you, Shannon. Congratulations.
Shannon.
And then we got...
Your love gun.
Oh, your love gun.
Kiss.
I hope he's a Kiss fan.
Love gun.
Great podcast.
He's like, who's Kiss? That's what he's saying right now.
Thank you, bro. I don't know your name, but
Love that.
for listening.
Thanks, brother.
Manny Pino.
Manny.
Great show.
Bro, I think he meant
What do you say?
Nice to virtually meet you, Chuck.
That's
Chuck.
it. These are old ones. Those are
Nice.
old.
We didn't get no comment from Miss Pat.
Yeah, that's. Oh, yeah. She
That's
did
old.
comment, but that's an old one. Yeah.
Right.
Miss
I
Pat.
saw it right before you scrolled. That's what made me think of her.
She is down in. Where is she? She's in Texas right now, I think.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, living that good life. She
Living
went
that
down
good
there.
life.
Shout out to my cousins that just got married.
Congratulations.
Shout out.
Kelly. Looked like a beautiful wedding. I wish I could have been there, but it's a little hard to travel with the wee little one.
Yeah,
but we
yeah,
know. Put him in the carry-on?
Dogs and stuff go.
Yeah.
They'll be fine.
Well, at least we know
Bottle
she
in
can
there.
do a 7-hour road trip,
That's true.
No problem.
Like a champ,
Like
dude.
a-
No
yeah,
problem.
she took
That
him
little
like a
girl,
G.
I was like, she's sleeping. She's like, no, I'm back here, bro. That's cool. She was.
I'm in these streets, son.
She did amazing. She did
Hell
amazing.
yeah, she
All right,
did.
guys, thank you for the comments.
It's nice that we got some new blood. in
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that.
Hell
Appreciate
yeah,
that.
Love Gun, like
Gun.
that one. Hopefully you are. Oh my God, I know who that is.
No.
Yes, I do.
Who?
I'm gonna have a feeling, and you let me know if I'm right. But it's Donnie O.
Oh, you think?
Yes,
I don't think so.
I believe it is.
Do I know
he was there-
Donnie-O?
Yeah, he was there last week.
Yeah, he was there last week
He hasn't been here forever.
at the man spot.
The man spot. He was there Wednesday.
This dude is one of the biggest Kiss fans that
Yeah,
I know.
huge.
And he came up to me on Wednesday and he was like, dude, your guys, the podcast is awesome. I love it.
Oh,
and I'm
that's
like,
gotta be-
comment, dude.
Yeah.
So I think, let me know if I'm right. Let me know if I'm right.
Oh,
Donnie-O.
Huh?
With the voice.
No.
No.
All right.
Real cool cat,
He
man.
had a baseball hat on.
Bro.
Yeah, the guy with the baseball hat. Out of the 80 guys. That
You know that guy.
All right. Let's move on. Guys, again, thank you for the comments. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. If you need help, merchandise. We got some cool merch out.
We do need to talk about our delinquency last week.
Oh, that's me.
If everyone knows that we did not have a show, anyone that notices,
Bill came up to me, and said
this
that today.
fucking guy. All
All
right.
right, let's get back on it.
Yeah, so I made an appointment to do something
Right.
on Friday
At the worst time.
Poor management.
Yeah.
Poor time management.
I thought I could do something between the hours of 2 and 4 while traveling on the roads of 84 and
midday traffic.
midday and
Stratford.
and other stuff
Poor planning.
played into it. Yeah, so I
Ps,
had to
5
cancel.
Ps.
I felt really bad about that.
Poor planning.
5 Ps.
But what we do have,
Ps.
so here we go. So you
Planning
guys,
produces some shit.
so here's what I'm gonna post up here.
Poor results.
We've got, all right, the stroke. I'll wait for the stroke to complete.
What?
Well, fucking it was the P's, the
you guys
alliteration
didn't even
king.
know-
Piss poor planning produces poor results.
Well, there's an R in there. That's not a 5 Ps. There's an
5
R.
Ps. Piss poor planning produces poor results.
It's 5 Ps and
So
an R.
I had a GoPro going in our car ride up to to Fordo. So there's a plethora of one-time bros, just the whole car ride bullshit
Oh yeah,
and
that was
having a
pretty
good
much
time.
a freaking marathon.
I don't even
Marathon
remember
one
what
times.
the fuck we talked about.
Good stuff, fun stuff.
much stuff.
And then what we have is our presentation at the speaker jam. So we got Dino, myself, and Matt sharing our experience, strength, and hope up there. I'm going to chop a little bit of that up and throw that at the end. So that, for my mistakes, I'll give you guys a little bonus. I won't even give it an episode title. We won't consider it an episode. It'll just be up there, and you guys can watch it, laugh at it, comment at it, relate to it, all that stuff.
Beautiful. B-E-A, beautiful. All right. So tonight we have a topic. We don't know what it is yet. It's another video, another guy sharing a little bit of what he's going through. And then we're going to chop it up and talk about it. What we got?
Now it's crazy. I don't know why, because the longest time I had sober was which I know success rate is only like maybe 5%. And I think only 3 to 5% of people that drink that have a problem drinking actually ever get sober, which is a very small percentage, and it's just scary because I get so frustrated anymore. I mean, I can get upwards of 2 weeks, and it's just the triggers come out of nowhere. It can be the stupidest, craziest shit on triggers that hit. And I don't even know what the trigger is or what it is, but it's just an instant thing.
You know who the fuck he reminds me of?
I need to get home and I need to drink. And it's crazy because I can be doing so good, and like the day before, I'm like, I'm never gonna drink again. I know it. And I think maybe it's me letting my guard down or something. I don't know. And maybe if I was going to again, I could, but it's just so hard to get, because it's so cult-like in those rooms to where I just don't feel comfortable. And maybe it's the me. I'm so.
Getting
you
sober.
had
That's it. That's the end of the video. It says getting sober scares me.
So,
Oh.
I'm so.
Oh, sorry.
anti-AA
All
now.
right, Jesus Christ.
you know what? So, in and out of rehab, in and out of rehab, in and out of rehab. And what's the first thing they tell you when you're in your group? Look around. Only one of you might make it. Instead of really upping your motivation.
Yeah.
Instead of saying how many won't make it, say, hey, listen, you all can make it.
Right.
But they do that in rehab. I don't know why they do that stuff, man. Also, another thing is I think people come into these 12-step programs with a belief that I put it down today and these people told me this, and so I should be good from here on out. And that's just not how it works for me. It's just not how it works. It took a little while to start getting a little bit comfortable, a little while to start feeling happy, to start smiling, anything like that. This guy was like, I had upwards to 2 weeks. Dude,
You could see he was struggling.
he's struggling. You know what I mean? He's struggling, and he
He
does.
ain't fucking struggling.
Oh, Matt's yelling.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
All right, you go.
Plead your case.
He don't want to.
That's it. He ain't ready.
He doesn't want to.
He's not ready.
He's waiting for.
He's waiting for magic to fucking happen.
Exactly. But I think what I'm trying to say is what I think is sometimes a message in those rooms can be geared in that, hey, you're all right now, you're here. Yeah. But like nobody ever really follows it up with like, but some shit's about to go down inside your head, man, and you're gonna go through some tough times, man. You're gonna have some crazy thoughts. Pick up the phone, give us a call. You know what I mean? Hit your knees, talk to your higher power, like all that stuff. They're just like, oh, keep coming. You know what I mean? It's gonna get better. And then to a new person, a whole day without picking up a drink, day 2 is automatically, oh my God. Right. So you think, I got it.
Right. I'm
just never going to, because he said it. I swear one day, so I'm never going to drink again. And the next day I'm picking up. And I've been there, dude.
Right.
I'm like, that's it. I'm done. I'm completely done. But,
go ahead.
Like you were saying, like, if you're not whooped, if you haven't looked, what? Are you just burping?
What the fuck?
Because it looked like you were going to say exactly what I was going to say.
Oh.
If you don't realize this thing that you're dealing with, how big it actually is, you're underestimating it greatly, like enormously. Because this thing that I have, I don't know about anybody else, man. I can only speak for myself. This thing is coming at me in all angles, and he talked about triggers, and like I laugh when people say triggers.
We've talked about that a million times.
Triggers. This candle could be a trigger.
Man,
this can could be a trigger. This could be a trigger. My keys could be a trigger. Keys jingling could be a trigger.
All right, we got it.
Somebody saying hello. I mean, if it's a trick, if I make it a trigger, it's a trigger.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
tell yourself it's a trigger.
You tell yourself, I have all these triggers. Oh my God, that's a trigger. Oh my God. Then you start to feel like I can't go anywhere. Right. You start to feel like claustrophobic.
Well, did you go through this? Because I know I did.
I did a lot of years.
No, you didn't let me finish the
sorry.
You fucking...
God.
Manny.
I'm listening.
Talk to this guy.
I am listening.
So, obviously, for... prison, whatever have you, I'm away from Waterbury for a long time. Mm-hmm. But in my head, there's no way I could ever be sober in Waterbury.
Oh, yeah.
You know why?
Of course I went to that.
Too many triggers.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I can't go nowhere in this town.
Right.
And not know that I didn't get high, I didn't do this, that, whatever.
DNA in every corner.
And then the day came that I showed up to Waterbury, and guess what? I haven't had the need to pick up a drink or a drug.
Waterbury was different.
Yeah. Waterbury changed.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. The thing is that I came here wanting and ready to be a sober man.
To do whatever it took.
Whatever people tell me to do.
Right.
This is a guy, I feel, I could be wrong, but he's a guy that shows up to the meeting and we say, hey, buddy, do this, A, B, C.
Right. Here's
He'd
my
be like,
number.
yeah, but no, man, I'm going to tell you why that won't work for me.
Here's my number. Call me. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
and puts it in.
Never call.
Never calls.
So it's all of these types of things. And listen, do I feel bad for that guy? I do.
got a little
Because I
empathy
know
for
what
him.
it means to be hopeless. But to blame it on a 12-step program,
Right.
or to blame it on a group or this or that or a trigger, that's just not reality.
Yeah, and here's my experience with this stuff is that we learn these things in programs when we go to rehabs, we go inpatient and stuff, and we talk. Trigger's been a word that we can relate to. I know it's hot as shit in here.
No, I splashed.
Oh, we can relate to other things in life for people that have a mental health journey, right? Like it's a word to identify, like, all right, in early recovery, I need to stay away from certain things, right? And I get it, man. People have a bad taste in their mouth from certain programs, certain facilities, whatever, man. If you have a bad taste, that's your experience, and I can't deny you of that. The thing that I hear is that when I place blame on something else, now I'm deflecting it from my own footwork, and it comes down to my willingness, right? Like, because I need to be willing to do whatever. And I will give this guy credit. Maybe he did give it the full effort and he just came into a room and maybe got set with a wrong set of people and it just wasn't for him. And that's fine. That's cool. Right. Whatever works for you. At the same time, you got to be realistic about what changes you're willing to make, man, because I know for me, and I've shared this and I shared it on Saturday, that there were things that I held very tightly. Like one of them were those medications that I thought there's no way I can live life without these things, right? And then guys were like, dude, I think that's fucking you up. I think you're fucked up when you take that shit. And I was, because I was drooling, I was nodding out in fucking groups and shit. But I thought, like, there's no way, because I had big things on me. But then I got to that point where I was willing. And I'll be honest with you. If the only thing available at that point in time was Smart Recovery, was Refuge Recovery, that would have worked for me. Guaranteed. Of course. And it would have worked for you, and it would have worked for you if that's all that was available. Because you get to that point where you have the willingness, and I see it too, man, clinically. Like I see it too, where guys want their life to get better, but they don't want to look at the obvious things that are affecting their lives. The obvious things that need to be addressed, rectified, and changed in order for them to have a successful life. And I say this to people, like, there's going to be some hard work coming up. This is going to suck. It's going to be shitty. It's not going to be fun.
Man. It's not going to feel good.
Yeah, you're not going to have that instant release when the feelings get overwhelming. You're going to have to sit with your shit at night when nobody's around and find a relief or a resource like God for me and for us that helps. If it's meditation, that's awesome. If it's the divine, whatever it is, man, you're going to have to find something that you can be uncomfortable for a little bit, because after a while, I know for me, my first 90 days were rugged, man. Like, it was a good thing I didn't have a car. I wasn't hanging around with a lot of people. The only people I saw were like the 8 or 10 that were in the IOP with me, and the other 8 to 10 that were in the meetings I was going to at night. Like, that was my network. So if I think, like you guys said, like I would have been scared of Waterbury just as I was scared of the Bronx.
Right.
And you came back out. You had some time under your belt before you even got out. I mean, obviously, you're facing the real world. You came. You got some time in what? Stanford,
Connecticut.
Yeah. Stanford, Connecticut, just to be sure. And so you had that time, right? Yeah. So I see, like, guy, like, I get that you're struggling, man. Do something drastic. Change your whole fucking life. Yes. And then if that doesn't work, that's why 90 days is in the program, man. If you want to give this an honest shot, give us 90 days and we'll gladly refund your shit, man. And if it doesn't work, that's cool
they say
too.
Give us a year.
Oh, really?
Give us a year. 90 days is a good start. Give us a year.
Is a good start.
If
give
you
us
can't,
a year, otherwise your misery can be fully refunded.
If your life in a year is not somewhat a little bit different, and in the better sense of the word different, I don't know what's going on, man.
This is the thing. It's mathematically impossible if you do the program the way that the program is intended.
Right.
It is impossible for your life not to be better in 1 year.
Right. Oh, impossible.
It's impossible.
Impossible.
And while Jonathan was talking, I thought about something. We, as adults, we already come in jaded. We already come in wounded. We already come in shell-shocked. So there's all these negative things. I thought about, what about when a little kid goes to school? A little child. They're scared as shit, but they run in there. Fuck it. They start running. They forget about the fear because they don't have all that baggage that goes along with what we got.
Yeah.
And it was, so when somebody comes in, I don't even like to say, hey, man, guess what? You got a ton of hard work coming your way.
Yeah.
I don't like to I don't want to do that because what's that do? Initially shoots up the fear. Initially, now I'm already walking uphill, motherfucker. I just walked in here.
Yeah, you already walked uphill to get
so,
here.
I think that, like, especially on Wednesday nights, we're very clear about when you're new, you're going to go through some things, man. But if you just do what we talk about, then the change can occur.
And I agree, man. And I've also had the experiences that this guy might have had. Like there's a group I used to go to in New York. Bro, I could not go in there and be what this program told me to be. This program told me to be completely honest.
Yeah.
And part of my honesty was drugs. Like drugs were a big part. So I couldn't like share in this, and people would yell at me when I'd like slip or say like another. I'm like, fuck, dude. And that's what is so special about Wednesday night, man. Wednesday night, it's your problems. What are your problems? Here's our solution, and work together to get the solution.
I've been to a few of those.
It's
I've been to
hard,
a few
man.
of those, and I told them, you know what? If this bothers you,
Talk to
call your sponsor,
Yeah,
bro. Not
yeah.
my problem.
Yeah, but they'll shut you down, man.
I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, but this is who I am. This is part of me, man. This is most of my life here.
Yeah.
You know what
I mean, I'm on the fence with that. I can understand a new guy, and you're just trying to get it out.
I'm just
But
trying
if
to be
I
honest.
go to a meeting and there's a bunch of old timers there,
Yeah.
I gotta respect. I'm not going to say, hey, man, this is my story. This is who I am.
Right.
I have the ability to understand where I am, who I'm surrounded with, and to say, you know what, man, I'm taught today to be respectful to other people. So if you don't want to hear about my silliness with the drug game, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, and I can contain myself.
But
Just
dude,
like,
your story is 90% the solution anyway.
right.
You know
I
what
don't
I mean?
dwell in the mess. I like to carry the message.
Yeah, I come in and I'm new, man. I'm telling you about all that shit that
Right.
I'm just fucking coming off the cuff of. So I agree, man, and I respect like group conscious, all that stuff. But our stories change over time, right?
That's
like
right.
it's geared toward the solution. That's why I was getting frustrated that other night. It was like the theatrics of like, woe is me and all this stuff, because that was my selfishness coming out again. I come here for the solution, man. And when I sit for an hour and a half and I hear a lot of problems.
There's the other thing. There's the other part of the solution. Is sitting there and listening. That is a
hard for
huge
me,
part
man.
of the solution. And it's hard. I know it's hard for you. It's hard for everybody.
Yeah.
Especially when you come in, because you have everything that you just walked in there with on your mind.
Yeah.
The wife, the kids, the job, the car, the money, the life, the court dates, the
Bears.
warrants, the bears,
Bears.
all that shit. Like, it's almost impossible to pay attention 100% throughout a whole entire group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's got to be even it still happens to me today.
Yeah.
I'll be in there and I'll be like, oh shit, I forgot the fucking shit. I forgot to mail that letter, and I'll be
You missed
gone.
half of me.
Yeah,
Gone out of the
playing
meeting
it,
for
yeah.
a whole minute,
Yeah.
minute and a half, and then I'll get back into it. But
I think though, like how many times have we said in the on Wednesday specifically, you're new, why don't you just listen?
just listen.
And then what happens as soon as they throw it out to the floor? All the newcomers.
At the end,
They got
they're
a lot,
always like,
and I get it that you're anxious, but that's what a sponsor is for. That's what the network is for. But at the same time, you can't expect a newcomer to have the ability to.
I don't expect them to have the ability to do anything.
Right. Exactly.
Just don't
You have to
drink.
tolerate it.
Right,
You have to
right,
tolerate
right.
it. You have to say, but for the grace of God, there go I. And you have to remember, hey, man, I was that guy. So who am I to look down on? I'm not going to say let this guy fucking manhandle a
Flounder.
meeting and take it hostage. But at the same time, man, everybody deserves a seat.
Yeah.
Everyone deserves their opportunity to get sober. But when I hear a guy like that, he the first second, victim.
Yeah.
I'm a victim,
Oh, yeah.
man.
Oh, yeah.
I can't get it right, and it's because of this program, and it's because of this cult, and it's because of this clique. No, bro, it's because you don't want to be a part of it.
That's deflection, man. That's deflection right there, right? Because it's a cult. Cult has a negative connotation. I mean, yeah,
Automatically.
Maybe we are a cult, bro, but it's the best one out there.
We're not a cult.
We're the best one out there, dude.
We're not a cult. We're not even close to what a cult is.
I know, but in reality, like it is, you know,
I look like I'm part of a cult.
It's
Maybe, huh?
it's deflection,
I wasn't
man.
gonna say that.
Because I do it today, man. I'm trying to think what I was doing, but I deflected like my responsibility in something. God, what the fuck was I doing? And that's me, man. That's my character defects. Is a shit I gotta change, you know. But that's me not wanting, you know. Maybe I'm lazy, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm angry, I'm fucking hungry, whatever.
Hungry, angry, lonely. Tired.
Yeah, and I don't want to talk about this shit right now. Like I'm good, I'm fine.
yeah,
Just keep moving, you know, or whatever. And that's when my fucking defects are glaring, you know, in a way that I got to check myself. But that again comes back to the program. I got a program, man, that I could do that.
Yeah, it's there for you, man.
Yeah, and like you said, dude, those things on the window, the 12 steps to freedom, bro, they're not gonna do anything for me unless I do them.
Do them. They're
got
just
to do
words on
that.
paper until you make them alive in
Put 'em
your
into
life.
Yeah.
Action. You know, a couple of guys that we know, Big Eddie and all that, they always talk about how the smoking crack, drinking, all that stuff, you know, was a learned behavior.
Yeah.
We didn't just listen. I didn't just wake up one day and know how to cook it.
Right.
I didn't know. I had to watch. I had to pay attention. I had to listen.
Yeah.
I had to learn.
You
I had
put
to
in the
try.
time.
I put the time in.
That's right.
And I became good at it.
That's right.
Then I became really good at it.
Yeah.
The works, how to put the ashes if you don't have all that stuff, and what whiskey is cheaper, like the works. You know, I put a lot of work into that.
Right.
And I fail sometimes, and I know a lot of newcomers do the same thing. They fail to realize how much time we invested in becoming a good alcoholic.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you have to invest the same amount of time in becoming a good sober.
And talk about this, man. This is what worked.
Why did I quote sober? I don't know.
I don't know.
Magma.
Some counselor actually said this to me and it really clicked. Think about relationships too. Like I don't just meet you guys. I didn't just come to Waterbury, meet you guys and like fucking be cool with talking to you about anything. I had to like develop a relationship with you.
Develop process.
I had to hang out with you a little bit. I had to see, you know, what was if I wanted your feedback, if I wanted to wrap some shit off. And this counselor said, it's the same thing, man. You meet a girl, dude, you're going to get to know her. You're going to talk to her. You're going to court all this stuff. Like, why wouldn't you do that with your higher power, man? Why wouldn't you start to develop a relationship with that? And then you get to see, like, when some good things happen in your life. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, or when some bad things happen in your life and you don't feel triggered to go out and drink.
Right.
Oh, shit. I got somebody to fucking talk to about this.
man.
Right.
And I got something to provide relief.
I'm going to use us as the example here. When you showed up,
I didn't like him either.
I didn't fuck
Fuck
with
you. You like me.
I looked at you from across the
Nah, I liked him on the back. I don't know why.
But you
I usually don't do
You
that.
immediately jumped in.
Yes. He was cheering 2 weeks in,
Quick.
right? So like that.
And then I started having the meetings at the shop.
Oh, yeah, I came to that.
And I said, okay, this guy's new. He's been showing me something. How can I invite him? So it was because we were both working this thing that we were able to come together on that and then bring it to another level to where we got to know each other better.
Yeah.
And, you know, a guy like that comes in the room, and I've said this many times, you walk into the room and you want everybody to come up to you.
I went to last night. I had a meeting just like that. Guy raised his hand. He was like, "Yeah, I need numbers and I need a sponsor." I was like, "Man, usually he'd be at the right meeting, but not tonight, bro. Because I got something to say about that."
Well, I would have raised my hand right away and said, "You got to go get them numbers and
I
get that
told him that
sponsor."
at the end.
Yeah.
So,
I used to do that too, though.
yeah.
They're like, "Yo, go get
Come bring it
numbers."
to
I'm
me.
like, "Yeah, I was told to get numbers. So if you guys want to throw me, a
Yeah,
number,
you guys do the
fill
work
out
for
that
me.
book."
I'll just sit here. You guys bring me the numbers.
Yeah.
We have,
Doesn't deliver.
we have this. I was in residency too for my master's, and we part of residency too was group work, right? Facilitating a group in a therapeutic environment, and they give this description, this like this page-long description of all the different types of group members there might be. One of them that sticks out, and it's one of the only ones I remember, is it's called, the actual title is the Help Rejecting Complainer. And I heard that, and I was like, oh my God. It's the people that sit in a group or that, you know, oh, I got this I got this, but that solution ain't going to work for me.
No.
I know, dude.
But no, that's not going to work. No, and I'll tell you why that's going to work.
Yeah.
And so when I watched that, I was like, shit, psychotherapy has spent years fucking determining the qualities, the characteristics, how these people are going to act. And until you can really be, like it says, constitutionally capable of being honest and like say like, you know what, maybe I didn't really fucking try that. Maybe I didn't really go up and talk to Matt after the meeting and say like, yo, I'm struggling, bro. Like, what am I going to do tonight? What am I going to do tomorrow? Because people will give you direction, give you advice. It's up to you whether you're going to take it or not. And it's the same in the field that I work in, man. People, you know, like they got diagnosis, mental health diagnosis. Yo, this is the solution. And my professional identity is more authentic. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat. Like, oh yeah, we'll do this and you'll be better. Because it's not. It's not going to be better. Right. We're not just going to do this. It's going to get better. It's going to suck,
right,
bro. It's going to suck,
right.
It's going to suck, but I promise you that you'll feel better afterwards.
Here's the thing. Let me ask you this, both of you. You're going through a crisis, heavy-duty shit. If you talk about it, how much pressure is relieved?
Today, I know it's tons.
Right.
Yeah. Today.
Almost all of it, right. And so we've talked about this in the past where my disease will have me stay quiet.
Right.
Just like what you talked about. Yeah. I'm not going to let nobody in.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I really don't want to fucking be here.
Yeah.
And I really don't want to be sober.
Yeah.
I really want to get fucked up.
You ever
I don't want this shit to go away.
But you also have the ego, the pride and fear. Like that you don't even realize that you're very egotistical and you're full of fear. So, you know, fear always says, don't come near here.
Right.
Dare not look or whatever it says, right? And then that ego is just like, I don't want to sound like a little bitch, man. Right. If I say, listen, I'm having a hard time with just my thoughts, you know, but I had a funny story about swatting the suggestions away, right?
Yeah.
Right before my first son was born, I'm like, I got to get a house.
Yeah.
I have to get a house.
Yeah, you got a son coming.
Dude, I got Mike's sister was a realtor. We're going to see houses. I'm taking loans out and all this stuff. And Marky Mark, bam, bam. He was like, why do you have to get a house? Because I was losing my mind. I was sharing about it at every meeting. I'm like, this is too much for me. I don't understand what's going on. And I know people were giving me suggestions, but Marky Mark took me to the side. He's like, why do you have to get a house? Like, can't you just get an apartment? And I'm like, yeah,
that's so much easier to do.
I'm like, oh my God. He's like, you know, Karen told you that. This guy told you that. He's like, I was just trying to see maybe if I said it in a different way. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God. I was about to get in debt and I would have lost it anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, dude, talk about swatting suggestions away and all. Like, no, it's not going to work because it's you don't understand. You don't understand, right. You know?
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
I'll never forget that.
Nobody... I'll use myself. In the beginning, I thought to you hear someone say what you just said. You got to just talk it out.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm already saying, that shit ain't working for me.
Right,
yeah.
right.
So you know what? I'm not going to try it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, damn sure not going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have nothing connected to that suggestion. So when it doesn't work out, I want to be that guy and say, man, that program didn't work for me.
And what do we call that? It's at the end of the big book there. The big book that we read. What do they call that?
No.
Contempt.
Oh, prior to
investigation.
You're not trying anything.
I got a question though for you, Matt, because this situation came up with me with somebody that I was talking to, and I want to know from you because I know you lost your father to an overdose when you were pretty fucking young. Right?
Yeah, 15.
When did you you obviously have done work with that because you're able to talk about it freely, you're able to incorporate it into your share. My question to you is, when did you start doing that work? Like, because, you know what I mean? Like, right off the gate, like, I got all this shit. I got abandonment, maybe. I got some, you know, like.
I had the whole gambit.
Yeah,
And all of that.
It's almost like, dude. All right, well,
Yeah, the trifecta.
let's try to just stay sober for a little bit.
Yeah,
and like,
yeah.
so when did you start working on that shit?
20 years later.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. So he died when I was 15. I was in my first rehab at 17.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I don't remember much from that rehab other than one of the counselors identified that I fucking started a fight with every man in the place.
Oh yes, son.
And they were like, You're fighting all these older men, man. This is directly related to your father dying. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You're on the list
and
now.
you really believed that it wasn't that.
Had nothing to
You
do with
believe
that.
it. Like it had got nothing to do with that.
And I
Stupid.
refused to mention it.
Yeah.
There was no ability to talk about it.
No.
Yeah.
And I don't know that you've heard me talk about. So many years later, in another program, now I'm finally starting to talk about it, but I'm still not really working on it. But there's at least a little bit of
But you're talking about it.
something,
Yeah,
right? There's
yeah.
something going on. And so I shared about him dying, and a guy came up to me after the meeting, and he said, "You know, man, sometimes somebody's got to die in order to save a life."
Right.
And that hit me like a brick. And I thought, man, you know what? Maybe he died for me. I wasn't ready to stay sober. I wasn't ready to do the work. God allowed me to fucking be the maniac that I grew up to be.
Yeah.
But, like, it just made me feel a little bit better, man.
Right.
You know, because I carried a lot about that, more than I ever knew. Like,
Yeah,
did he
man.
fucking love me, man? Like, look what he did. Look how he treated me.
man.
And he left me. So, you know, I'm 56.
Damn.
Yeah, this happened 41 years ago. And I could probably cry about it if I think about it enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome, though, that, you know, the way that you put that 20 years, man, because that puts it in perspective for me and hopefully for other people listening that we don't have to solve all the world's problems, especially our own, right off the rip. Like, let's just get a regiment into our life. Let's get some structure in our life. Right. Let's get some willingness into our life. And then things can start to change, you know, because I get crazy calls a lot. I mean, I get people
But here's
call
the
me.
only thing. I gotta be a maniac. I gotta interrupt you. I agree with that wholeheartedly. At the same time, though, 20 years, man.
Yeah, don't
Maybe not do that.
Yeah. Maybe
You know,
don't take that much
maybe
long.
just be open to something.
But you started working on it 20 years ago. You started talking about it.
No. It was years later about that.
Oh,
The
you
first
got that.
bunch of years, there was nothing going on.
We ain't
man.
talking about
Yeah,
that
yeah.
shit.
Don't wait. Yeah,
It hurt me so. Like I can't describe
Yeah.
like how he took some of my soul with him.
Yes.
Yeah.
man. Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Well, so I have this story that my mom will never live down because it had such a dramatic effect on me. In fourth grade, we were moving around a lot. We were living outside of North Salem, and they wanted to keep me in that school, so they would drive me to a certain location where a bus stop was in the circle of the bus route, and then I'd get picked up there. And I remember
Picked
this.
up on the horse and buggy.
I remember this one time, man. I got off. My sister was really young. I got off the bus, and I was waiting for my mom to come pick me up. And she wasn't there. And then I sat there, and I'm like, I'm out in fucking horse country, and I can't. They left me, man. They fucking left me, and I
you're
kind
a
of
bad kid.
because what did I do? Fourth grade sucked. My teacher sucked. Everything of that year, I was in self-esteem class. I didn't even know what self-esteem was. You know, like all this shit sucked. And I remember that so vividly. And guess what, dude? That affected other relationships in my life. Like when I would be in relationships as an adult, I would hope like they'd start to leave. Like, dude, you're a little too much. And I'd fucking grab my talons and hold on to the
Hang
bitter
on,
end.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're the
Despite
type of guy that if like you text them and they didn't respond within like 2 minutes, you're like, hello.
I don't know, man, because I didn't.
Question mark.
I didn't have. I don't know if texting is. You know, figure I've been with Ashley for 10 years.
You
So
call and they don't answer. You're like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
what's going on? Yeah, or I would spend
Earlier
every
today.
waking.
Earlier today. Who were we talking about?
There's so many, man.
No.
7 hours. There you
The
go.
calls, the texts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Me?
No.
You fucking both look at me.
Is it me? Is this about me?
Oh, God. Is this an intervention?
Not all about you,
Did
bro.
that self-esteem class work out? No, it wasn't about me.
Yeah, dude.
We talked other shit about you.
But I had to come to grips
Plenty of
with
that.
that shit and say, like,
yeah.
listen, man, a lot of this shit in reality is beyond my control. It's beyond my control.
What's really in your control?
Attitudes and actions, baby.
That's it, man.
Attitudes and actions.
That's
I
it,
use
dude.
that all the time, too. I love that. Attitudes and actions.
Can't control a thing.
I'm hot as shit.
How's your microphone doing?
I can control my outlook.
You can't control your
I
microphone.
definitely can't. No, it's out of control, the microphone. But I
I'll
read
get
it-
a
let me
dab
see if
of
I
fucking...
got this thing.
I'll
But
get
yeah,
a dab
the
of-
outlook too, your perspective.
Yeah.
Your perspective is very important in this thing that we do because if I'm always looking at the negative, if I'm always like, you don't understand.
Look at, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, I'm born ready, baby.
What happens is not as important as how you react to what happens.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I got one too, bro.
Oh, God.
Don't try to one-up me, bro.
No.
I got one, too.
I
I'm gonna
actually
take
went
the camera
when I-
down. Fucking read it.
Actually, you got one too, right? What the hell was I saying?
I don't know.
See?
You got one.
No, it's not even about the one I got. But yeah, dude, it's the negative self-talk. The
Oh, yeah.
negative self-talk.
That's my shit.
I stayed in the negative self-talk because I wasn't ready to speak positive to myself.
Right.
I wasn't ready to have a good outlook on maybe tomorrow. Maybe an hour from now it could be a little better. I just wasn't ready. I just wasn't ready to have
love you.
anything.
Tomorrow.
And I always wanted to be like, you don't understand. She left me with the kids, and you don't understand. I got fired, and you don't understand. You don't understand. Something big that happened to me on July 8th, 2013, is I finally realized for the first problem. I mean, my God, for the first time in my life that I am the problem. It's not the drinking and drugging. It's not the 12-step programs I'm going to. It's not the judge. It's not the IOPs. It's not any of this stuff. Unfortunately and fortunately, because I don't regret the past, but I had to get to that place where I was 110% alone.
100%.
I had nobody else
That's
to
right.
blame anymore.
Yeah.
So
There's no more
my
deflection.
fingers turned around and pointed at me, and I'm like, wow, I'm the problem. I'm the problem. That blew me out of the water all these years. I thought everybody else was the
I
problem.
wish somebody told me.
They
were.
Yeah.
The other thing is think about the value that you attribute to things in your life. Like life, we say this, life on life's terms. Life exists. Life happens. Events occur beyond our control. It's me that attaches the value to these events. I could look at something that happens and I could say, man, that really fucking sucked. It's me attaching value to it. I could say, wow, this is an opportunity for me to learn something about what just
right.
happened. Or, man, this is fucking great. None of these events last. Most of my day is spent living life, just existing, coexisting. I can fucking grab the paddle and start fighting the current, or I could just be like, oh, all right, this happened. There's probably something for me to learn about this, or there's an experience to be had here, or there's something to get resentful over and attack,
That brings me back to what way earlier when I was talking about if I have this issue and I don't want to talk about it, it's going to stay inside.
Yeah.
But if I just talk about it, it has the opportunity to go away.
And then you got guys like Dino or myself or anybody
right.
else to say like, hey, man, maybe this is what should happen, or this
Well,
is
that brings us to the who you surround yourself with.
yeah.
Because I could have you guys where I could say, hey, man, this is what I got going on, and I'm going to get constructive love. And I'm going to work it out. Or I could go sit at the bar stool with a bunch of yahoos, and they're going to give me
Just
all...
have another beer, bro. You'll be fine.
solving the world's problems.
Solving
from
the world's
They're giving me
problems,
the
man.
fucking most stupid suggestions that there are.
Before we get into your one time, because it's about that time, I'm gonna blow y'all minds real quick.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you ready for this shit? Just,
I'm
it's
always ready to
related
get
to what
my
you're
mind
talking
blown.
about. So a physicist was talking on a video I was watching. Physicist. And he studies energy. Energy is all made up of atoms. And the rule of science is that energy attracts like energy. So if you're depressed, your atoms are kind of lower vibrations, right?
Right.
And you attract depressed things,
Right.
depressed actions. If you're elated, manic. Oh, everything looks great. Everything's awesome. You're attracting that type of energy. So his theory is, man, like attract, practice, and think about the type of energy, the type of attitudes that you want to attract. And his number was 17 minutes. If you can spend 17 minutes producing this kind of energy in your own life, it compounds because now it's attracting that energy. Now it's not so hard to promote it. And now we have this contentment, right? I'm trying to attract contentment. So if I practice that, if I meditate on that, or I think about that, or I take that into consideration in my daily life, the most of my day is going to surround around that. Think about that. You wake up on the wrong side of the bed. You wake up, something happens, you stub your toe, and shit just gets off to the wrong thing, the wrong attitude. You're late, or you're whatever's going on. The whole day is kind of skewed to everything.
You're pulling that energy.
Yeah, you're pulling that energy. Everything's late. Everything's
It's a secret.
Yeah, it's a secret. Vibrate.
I'm going to tell you a funny story about that. So I got the job I have, okay? And me being who I am, early in the morning, I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to start winning. I'm ready to start, right? And I show up to the job on the first day, and everybody's like, what's up? Hey, how you doing? What's up? I'm like, what's going on, man? What's going on? I'm Dino, blah, 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 blah.
Never had it so good.
Continue to do that on a daily basis, right? So I'm on workman's comp now. The manager calls me up. He's like, dude, we really need you here, bro.
Yeah. Morale, bro.
I'm like, what are you doing? What do you mean? He was like, dude, it's not the same without you,
Yeah,
man. He was like,
bro.
you bring this energy to the morning, because we're all hanging out in the morning.
Yeah.
And he's like, next thing you know, everybody's laughing, everybody's just having a good old time, and then they can't wait to go to work. He's like, lately, dude. He's like, we got none of that. Everybody looks like they're depressed.
Crazy, bro.
He's like, I think it's you. I'm like, nah. I said, nah. I was like, nah, dude. I was like, well, if you think it's me, just do what I do then. Just go start dabbing everybody in the morning.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah,
Crazy,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But it's science.
And it's such an easier, it's an easier life living that way.
Yeah.
It really is. Much easier.
It's cool, though.
Your thing, stubbing the toe, whatever, to start your day. There's the old saying, right? You could always restart.
Always
your day.
restart,
You could
man.
always
You could always, and I'll
refocus
tell
that
you
energy.
what, man. I worked on that. I don't give a fuck what happens.
No.
I am not allowing that to dictate the day. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm attracting fire, bro.
Right,
I'm
buddy.
attracting dragons.
It's time to win, baby.
That's it, man. I'm not around for
You
that.
know, and
bullshit.
even if it's a thing, I will talk about it throughout my day.
Yeah.
But not like, oh, dude, listen to this. Usually it'll happen. I get through it, and then I'm like, dude, listen to what the
Imagine
fuck I
this
went through.
shit, yeah.
Listen to this situation 10 hours ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm smiling when I'm talking about it
Right.
because I've already got through it.
Yeah. Pause this for a sec. Check my phone's ringing. I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb.
Nice.
All right,
one
man.
time.
So, one time, bro, for Dino.
Yeah,
Dino
before I
one
get
time.
into the one time, I want to read my thing.
Oh, come on.
That's
We're done with the things.
It's tiny, dude.
How many
But this
sentences?
hit me like 1,
How
2,
many
3,
words?
4. 4 sentences.
How many words?
Can you read it in Borat?
Yeah, read them.
Nah, I can't do this one. Anymore.
Come on.
This one is. I sent this to you guys the other day. I said this thing's hit me harder
Just
than
fucking read it.
In
the
Borat.
only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing.
Ah, yes.
Right?
Complacency.
So do something about it.
Yeah.
Do something about it. That's all. It wasn't so bad.
Really have we seen this person's fails?
Very well. Seen this person follows our past. Good. I like it.
I like it. Very nice. Congratulations.
All right, one time, bro. Oh, by the way, dude, I'm working like solidly on trying to get a one time, bro, anthem for the music, and it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah. He might as well give that up. It's not working out, huh?
All right, one time.
Sound like somebody else I know today.
Huh?
You sound like somebody else.
No,
I
I'm
know.
not giving up.
I mean, well,
but
it
it's
sound
just
like,
like,
sound like it.
it's like
You don't sound like you gave up.
I gave him the idea to give up.
Stick with the winners. It's just I'm having a hard time feeling what it should sound like. I could come up with shit all day long, dude. I got hours of
Yeah,
stuff.
you're overthinking it.
That's not even overthinking it. I'll be smoking a cigarette outside, like, that's it. That's gonna be the one. I'll go downstairs and I'll get it down. I'm like, yes, this is it. And I'll listen to it and go, oh, it's not a
Watch
one-time
it.
bro feeling, man.
Watch the old TV shows, like when they used to like have those little jingles between the transitions of like different scenes.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, or like like My Three Company or something like that. Maybe something like that.
My
Well,
Three
see what
Company. Did you
happens.
just mix two shows?
yeah,
It's Three's Company and
My three sons.
Yeah.
He said three sons.
Three's Company.
My Three Company.
I love that. Show.
Come on, knock on my
All
door.
right, one time, bro. I actually told you guys this one in the car, but we told about 1,000 of them on Saturday. But this one stayed in my head when I found out it was my one time, bro. So one time, Me and my brother, the one who passed away that I used to get high with, my boy. We did everything together. We robbed everybody. We smoked everything. We're leaving the bar one night. We got like $3. And we have my mom's car. God rest her soul. Poor woman, man. We have my mom's car, and I'm driving. So we leave the bar. It's like 2:30. You know, they close it and all that stuff. And we're heading down to the hood. And we are flying, bro, because I don't know about anybody else, man. When I know
It's on. I gotta get
I start
there.
getting real nauseous and I vomit. I'm
Yeah.
a vomiter, dude.
Yeah.
I won't pull over, dude. I will vomit right on the steering wheel while I'm driving. There's no time
fucked up.
to pull over and open. I'm not doing that.
Call that the bubble guts.
So we're flying. I got to be doing at least 80, 85 miles an hour on a 25-mile-an-hour East Main Street, right? We're going past East Main Street. The light is red for about a 16th of a mile.
Fuck it.
And I'm like,
Burn it.
my brother's like, dude, the red light, man. Dude, the red light, man. I'm like, fuck that red light. And my brother should have been driving, bro, but I asked for the keys first. So I'm driving. I don't care how fucking drunk I am. I drive better when I'm drunk.
Yeah, that all.
So I'm flying. I blow that light, and I just happen to look, and a cop had a green light. PD. And sure as shit, he gets behind us. He puts on the lights, and my brother starts getting real happy because if you know my brother, this dude spent half of his adult life in jail.
Yeah.
We used to take bets on him, like $50, 3 months he'll be back for sure. 3 months was a long.
That's a good stretch.
It was a good stretch for him because usually it'd be like 2 weeks, a month.
And it was just a dumb shit.
Dumb, stupid shit. Usually it was violation, a lot of violation. So I blow it, lights come on, and my brother's like, yeah, finally, it's about time. You're going down. Finally, it's not me this time. And he's like, you're fucked, and you're too drunk, and blah, blah, blah. So a cop fucking gets out of the car. He comes up to us, and he starts saying, you know, the reason why, and I'm like, yeah, just give me the fucking ticket. And, like, my brother was shocked. The cop was like, huh. Dude, I shouldn't even have been walking, let alone driving, right?
Yeah.
Or talking. So he gets my license. He was like, what? He's like, give me your license and registration. So he goes back to the car. And my brother's like, dude, you're going to jail. DUI. You're getting your license and blah, 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 blah. And he's happy. He told me this later because he's about to get the car himself. And he got the money.
Yeah.
So he's going to have the
whole
car
$3.
and getting high. And he's going to be happy
The
as
whole
shit.
$3.
Because
Yeah.
we were both the same type of crackhead. Like, no, wait. So whoever had the control had the power.
Oh God.
Cop comes back. He goes, I'm going to give you a verbal warning. He was like, I'm getting off my shift. I want to go home. I don't want to do any paperwork. He was like, I don't want to see you. My brother was like, are you fucking kidding me? Jesus fucking Christ. Dude, I was cracking up the whole fuck. Dude, I was so drunk. I couldn't stop laughing. And if I wasn't laughing, I was screaming at the cop.
That's hilarious.
I'm like, yeah. Just give me the fucking ticket. I know I blew the red light. Fuck you. And he let us fucking go, bro.
the time you
That
got away
probably
with the
is
DWI.
the only time I've never got arrested.
Yeah.
Probably the only time when I had a contact with PD and didn't get handcuffs put on me. But yeah, it was one time I was fucking so annihilated. I told the cop to just hurry up and do his fucking job. Give me my ticket. I've got drugs to do.
Nice.
And he let me do it.
He fucking said, "Go ahead, yes sir, yes sir." So that's
Sir, yes, sir. Just give me my fucking
episode
ticket.
32, brother. That's 32 because I just posted. I just saw Chuck's was 31.
Oh, there you
Like, share, subscribe.
Don't forget, merch. If you need help, let us know for sure.
Oh.
We got guys.
And if you buy merch, dude, the profit goes straight to the show. So it either goes to increasing the platforms like marketing where we're advertised or where we're shown. It goes to equipment. Hopefully we'll have cameras soon. So it goes to all that shit.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to shout out again to the guys and people at Fordu.
Yeah, Fordu.
Dana, Mary for helping out
Yep.
with that. All those guys.
Listen,
Listen, it was your first year. It was a success because we all stayed sober. It was a success.
Yeah.
So thanks, shout out to you guys. Not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, there is a Recovery Out Loud in Bristol, Connecticut. A bunch of people are going to be there. So if you're in the area, come check it out. I'm sure that information is online. Recover Out Loud.
New Horizons Living Center,
New
Bristol.
Horizons. So yeah, boys. All right, it was a good one. Episode 32, shout outs, comments, all that stuff. Thank you for the new comments. And I think the only thing left I have to say is thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road